So today we have our first 2-on-2 matchup with Spider-Man and Daredevil going against Iron Fist and Shang-Chi. Well, nobody actually guessed this one as of right now. I think that's kind of on me. I said S was the start of Shang-Chi's first name. It's actually Z. I messed it up. I thought his name was Shang-Chi, not Zing Shang-Chi. So that's my bad. That's all me. But anyways, let's get started. And then a little teaser for tomorrow's video. It's our character of the month, going up against one of the greatest martial artists in the DC universe, and a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles villain taking on a hero from DC. If you get them both right, you will get a shout out in tomorrow's video. First one to do it gets a shout out. Peter Parker was bitten by a radioactive spider as a teenager, granting him spider-like powers. After the death of his Uncle Ben, which he could have prevented, Peter learned that with great power comes great responsibility. Swearing to always protect the innocent from harm, Peter Parker became the Amazing Spider-Man. Peter has the proportionate strength of a spider and is able to lift over 10 tons easily. He's able to go toe-to-toe with villains like Venom and Rhino, and has even held his own against Iron Man and Hulk. When in stressful situations, Spider-Man is able to lift much more, even supporting the Daily Bugle at one point, and he stopped an airplane before. Spider-Man has incredible durability, and is able to easily withstand blows from Hulk and Rhino, buildings collapsing on him, and even the explosion from hand grenades. Peter is so tough that he once tensed his abdominal muscles against a trained boxer, and the boxer ended up breaking his wrist. However, Spider-Man isn't nearly as durable to penetrative forces, and he can still be hurt by knives and bullets. He possesses the speed, agility, and reflexes of a spider, and really, this is probably one of Spider-Man's greatest assets. He has been described as fast as a machine gun fire, and can move faster than the human eye can follow. And he's been described as the most agile character in the Marvel Universe, and can easily dodge bullets and projectiles. One of Spider-Man's most famous abilities is Spider Sense, which kind of functions as a sixth sense of sorts, and allows him to sense when danger is incoming. The Spider Sense plus his speed, agility, and reflexes make Spider-Man nearly impossible to hit. Peter has the ability to crawl along walls and other surfaces, and this ability also allows him to hold several tons with a single finger. Peter's most famous equipment are his web shooters, which he can use as a means of transportation, ensnaring opponents, and shooting small web bullets. Peter is an excellent fighter, and was trained by Shang-Chi, a unique form of martial arts that perfectly utilizes his spider powers called the Way of the Spider. And then we also have Daredevil. As a child, Matt Murdock was blinded by radioactive waste while trying to save an elderly stranger about to get hit by a truck carrying the dangerous material. In turn, his other senses were heightened to superhuman sharpness, and he now gained a form of radar sense. By day, he is a successful trial lawyer, but by night, he guards Hell's Kitchen as the man without fear, known as Daredevil. Now, Daredevil is in peak physical condition, and he is surprisingly strong and durable. He's been seen easily swinging around and using a 400-pound barbell as a weapon, and can crack concrete walls with the sheer power of his punches or throwing his baton. Matt's whole thing is that he knows how to take a punch, and he has been able to take several punches from the Hulk, survive a multi-story fall from a building, and with still being caught on fire and napalm and nitroglycerin explosions. His greatest asset, though, is his speed and agility. He's been able to consistently dodge bullets and machine gun fire, even after the bullets had already been fired and at point-blank range. Daredevil is even great enough to swat away bullets with his baton. He's also arguably the greatest acrobat in the Marvel Universe, although I'll give it to Spider-Man. Thanks to the accident, Matt's other senses were heightened to extremely superhuman degrees. He's able to hear everything in a 5-mile radius if he concentrates, can read it simply by touching the ink on the page, and has such great a sense of smell that he can actually smell blood pressure rising. Then his radar sense is a form of echolocation that allows him to see what's around him, and also gives him a 360-degree view of his surroundings. Daredevil was one of the greatest fighters in the Marvel Comics, and is skilled in nerve strikes and martial arts like ninjutsu, jujutsu, judo, kung fu, aikido, and boxing. This blend of fighting styles perfectly blends his incredible strength and gymnastics ability. Then Matt also has his baton, which is able to throw hard enough to crack concrete and is skilled enough to ricochet off of basically anything. Finally, Daredevil is an excellent strategist and is smart enough to graduate valedictorian from law school at Columbia. Then in the other corner we have Iron Fist and Shang-Chi, the latest in a long line of warriors who wielded his power against the wicked. Danny Rand is the Immortal Iron Fist, Protector of the mystical city of Kunlun, he channels the soul of a dragon, making his fist like iron, and is one of the greatest martial artists the world has ever known. Iron Fist is trained to be a living weapon and can harness the spiritual energy, or chi, to augment his physical and mental capabilities to superhuman levels. Typically, Danny possesses the peak level strength of a human without being considered superhuman. He's capable of augmenting his strength to unknown levels and was able to go toe-to-toe with a being who easily defeated Luke Cage. He can move at incredible speeds and can enhance his speed until he's delivered over 100 punches in just a few seconds. His agility and reflexes are much greater than that of an Olympic athlete and can dodge gunfire and has even caught bullets out of the air. He's also very durable and has survived point-blank explosions with no real signs of harm. Danny is a master of Kunlun's martial arts, including Kunlun Quan, Shaolin Quan, Judo, Aikido, and Karate. He's one of the greatest fighters ever, battling against Captain America, Wolverine, Daredevil, Spider-Man, and Colossus. His greatest power, though, is his Iron Fist. With this, he's able to rip through steel and punch his opponents with incredible force. He's been able to knock out Colossus, shatter Scorpion's tail, smash through jets and trains, and he's even brought down the helicarrier before. And then we also have Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi was born in the Hunan province of the People's Republic of China, and is the son of Fu Manchu, the Chinese mastermind who was repeatedly attempted world conquest and had a thirst for blood. Shang-Chi was raised and trained in the martial arts by his father and his instructors. He is one of the best hand-to-hand fighters in the Marvel Universe, who uses his powers to fight the evil in the world. Even though he has no superhuman powers, Shang-Chi has a lifetime of combat training and is an expert in all forms of martial arts and is highly revered as the master of Kung Fu. He's fast enough to dodge and deflect bullets from machine guns, has been able to keep up with Spider-Man, and can strike with enough force to break through reinforced steel. Shang-Chi is also highly attuned to his surroundings, is able to sense a small change in the environment that would go unnoticed by most. He is a master of meditation, which allows him to receive psychic premonitions, limit the spread of toxins in his body, and render his pain receptors insensitive. He usually carries around a pair of bracers made of an unknown material and is durable enough to reflect bullets. He's skilled with a wide variety of weapons. like nunchucks, a lot of different types of swords, bow staffs, kali sticks, throwing stars, and knives. Then after joining the Avengers, Stark provided him with a pair of high-tech nunchucks, capable of discharging electricity, and gauntlets that can project energy blades. His bracers are also able to generate energy, which allows him to mimic Iron Fist chi-amped punches. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, this is the first 2-on-2 fight we've done. So the first thing we gotta look at is how the group fights as a team. Spider-Man and Daredevil are much closer, as they both fight and patrol New York City, share similar villains, have fought together for half a century, and consider each other to be good friends. They even know each other's secret identities, and Peter is actually dressed up as Daredevil in order to help protect Matt's secret identity. Iron Fist and Shang-Chi have fought before, but don't nearly have the same level of partnership or teamwork that Spidey and Daredevil have. Now, Iron Fist and Shang-Chi were closer in the Ultimates universe since Shang immigrated to New York City and also looked after the Chinatown area, but here, Peter and Matt have better chemistry. Now, one question we gotta look at is who is taking the fight more seriously, Spider-Man or Iron Fist? They are the biggest heavy hitters and the most important member on their team. Peter can speed blitz opponents, smack them around, whip them up, and have his spider spins going off non-stop, but Danny can speed blitz as well, dodge and weave through punches, redirect superpower blows, and every punch that Danny throws is a potential knockout. Iron Fist has a more martial arts mindset, while Spidey has him outclassed physically and is faster, stronger, more durable, and smarter. Then Daredevil is arguably the weakest link in this group, but he's definitely proficient enough to not be quickly overcome, and has enough skill to hold his own for a while against either Iron Fist and Shang-Chi. But here's the thing. The fight isn't going to be Spider-Man versus Iron Fist and Daredevil versus Shang-Chi. Then the winners of those fights face off. Or vice versa, Peter versus Shang-Chi and Matt versus Danny. This is a 2-on-2 matchup, and so they can change opponents during the battle or fight simultaneously. And it's because of that I believe Team 1, Spider-Man and Daredevil, win. For starters, they have greater compatibility and teamwork. Secondly, Matt can hold his own against either of these two heroes. And while Spider-Man and Iron Fist are equally matched, you cannot say the same thing about Spider-Man and Shang-Chi. Peter is the best one in this fight, and with Daredevil on his team, I really do see Spider-Man and Daredevil winning this fight. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe button for videos just like this one every single day. I will see y'all next time.